Yo, what up guys? Monday morning, gave myself the weekend off just to recuperate a little bit and also prepare because I'll be traveling this week. Now that doesn't mean that there'll be a lack of content on this YouTube channel. In fact, there'll be a lot of stuff that I'm filming, so I'm excited to bring you guys some new and different things. So Monday morning, September 10th. Wait, September 10th? What's tomorrow? September 11th? Where have I heard that before? September 11th. Should be an interesting day on the internet. I'll have more to say about that tomorrow. But as for today, we're going to discuss what happened over the weekend. We've got some Q to talk about. We've got some articles to share on quote, conspiracy theories, the mainstream media trying to, of course, ridicule that topic. And then I have a few other things to share. We'll talk about Bayer, we'll talk about the CBS chief, and we'll talk about some interesting soft disclosure articles coming out in the mainstream about, quote, alien life. But to begin, we're going to talk Q, post 2120. Q confirms something an Anon posted on 8chan saying that a new shill tactic is to smear Sean Hannity. Now, when it comes to Sean Hannity, I really like what he says and what he does. Now, when it comes to Fox News in general, of course, we still hear a lot of dumb shit coming out of Fox News. But when you look at Hannity, it's as if, you know, I get the feeling when I watch Hannity that there is so much that he knows, but he can only say so much on his program. And I can almost feel the emotion and passion come from him from the rest of what he doesn't say, right? That's just the feeling I get. But yes, I do believe Sean Hannity is a patriot. Post 2121, Q links us a couple tweets from Thomas Drake and says, knowledge is power. Now, quite frankly, this is a topic that I didn't know much about over the weekend, and I still don't know much about, but from what I'm gathering, there's this website called reportforthepresident.org, and there was this group called JTF MAGA, Joint Task Force MAGA, if I'm getting that correctly. Anyway, this website and that group tried to claim that they had a bunch of whistleblowers working for them, and they had a list of a bunch of people on their website. Thomas Drake was one of them. And in these tweets, Thomas Drake put him on blast and basically said, I don't know who you guys are. There's no connection that I have to you guys. And was basically outing one of these fake MAGA accounts. Now remember, these fake MAGAs is something that Q has been warning us about for a little while. Q's saying here, knowledge is power, because when you understand knowledge, when you understand the true information, then you can just put these folks on blast. And speaking of fake MAGA being put on blast, let's talk about Jack Posobiec and AJ and Associates. So this next post, 2122, Q says, last and final comments on Alex Jones and Associates. Good last and final comments. Time to move on from this. Logical thinking. Q is basically outlining how and the failures in these chat logs, these faked chat logs that whoever made up, whether it was this microchip dude or Jack Posobiec, I don't know who made them, but Jack Posobiec's trying to report on them as if they're the truth. They're not. They're quite obviously faked, and they even fake one of the dates in the articles. In these chat logs, this microchip dude posted an article that it was dated to September 14th, but when you actually go look in the article, it came out on the 16th. So what they did is after that article came out, they went back and edited the chat logs to make it look like that article. They just basically forgot to change the date when they were editing the chat logs, and just rookie move, rookie mistake. Q saying reconcile all that. Attempts to deceive autists and anons will fail. We are a threat to their livelihood. What livelihood is that? Well, remember, define placeholder. They want clicks. They want people to be funneled into their narrative, to prop up their brand, prop up their name, to get their specific agendas and narratives out there. That's what they're doing. That's the threat that Q, and that not just Q, but all of these independent researchers like myself and many others out there who are coming up, we're the threat to their narratives, because we're starting to connect dots that they, for whatever reason, aren't connecting for people, right? Whether they're told not to say things, whether they have specific agendas, whatever the case is, we're not going to get into that. But we, us, independent citizen researchers, are a threat to not only the mainstream media, but many of these lamos, many of these fakers in the alternative media realm as well. And Q then says, don't let their attempts corrupt good organizations. Think One America News Network, which is good because Jack Posobiec, of course, got a job for One America News Network a few months ago. Now, when it comes to OAN, I remember at the beginning of last year, 2017, I was watching a Trump speech, and he actually pointed out specifically to OAN that OAN's a good news organization, that he likes them. So when OAN, a couple months ago, and mind you, I took that to heart. I'm like, oh, and I actually went and liked OAN on Facebook and followed them on Twitter. I'm like, I like these guys, right? And when they hired Jack Posobiec, though, and over the last few weeks when they let Posobiec do whatever the heck he's doing, it disappointed me. I'm like, man, here's an organization that I was respecting and I thought had great news coverage. And here they go run these just really bad Q articles. It was disappointing. They are a good organization, as Q is saying here. Don't let that one individual corrupt the organization. It's kind of the reverse from Fox News and Hannity, right? Don't let the weird stuff Fox News says sometimes corrupt your idea of Hannity working for them, right? This is a very important conversation that I'm going to do in a video in the coming days talking about how it's not such a black and white world. We have to be very careful with throwing people under the bus that we shouldn't be. And Q then says here, they want you divided. And this is going to be a point I also make in that video when I do it, is that calling out misinformation, calling out fakes and frauds is not dividing, because you're getting rid of those who are pissing in the pool. I think I've heard somebody say that recently as a metaphor, in that you're calling out those who are doing the dividing, right? You're not dividing yourself. So again, it's not a black and white world. We have to be very discerning and careful with our thoughts and what we grasp to believe. Don't want to believe things too quickly, right? And actually have the proper evidence to paint the truth. Anyway, division keeps them in power. So call out that division. Don't be scared to do it. Next post here, Q is basically just confirming what I was mentioning earlier about that date, September 14th, even though this article came out the 16th. So they totally fudged that edit right there. They totally forgot to change the date. And then last post, 21/25. How do you know when something very big is about to drop? Attacks increase from all directions. Ready the memes. We're literally changing the world with memes. I love it. FISA corruption is about to drop. You have more than you know. Keep up the good fight. We stand together. And speaking of FISA dropping, could be as early as this week, even within the next couple of days. And this article from Axios outlays it here, posted late last night. Trump expected to declassify Carter Page and Bruce Orr documents as early as this week, they say. So ready the memes. Get them prepared. And that's all I have really in regards to Q and the FISA stuff. We're just kind of waiting. The last few days have been somewhat calm, but I'm sure this week, of course, I'll be away. But luckily, I can go live on this YouTube channel again, and I'll definitely be checking in as stuff hits the fan. Next couple of articles I want to share is the mainstream media trying to discredit, throw shade on the idea of, quote, conspiracy theories. This one on Politico, they're trying to bash Trump. They said, behind Trump's obsession with social media suppression. And check out what they say here. They love those keywords and phrases that love to mind control their readers. They say, advisors have encouraged the president's view that Silicon Valley giants are part of a wide-ranging liberal campaign to undermine his presidency. And check it out. Increasingly isolated and prone to conspiracy theories. You see how they're setting up the narrative right here in the very first line. Donald Trump in recent weeks has become fixated on the idea that the country's largest tech giants, Google, Facebook, Twitter, are silencing his conservative base. That's an obvious thing to prove true, right? But somehow he's fixated on that idea. Trump has come to view his supposed mistreatment. Very crucial word, supposed mistreatment. You see, again, they're crafting the narrative right there with single words. You have to be very observant when you read these things. So anyway, Politico doing what Politico normally does. Fake news, fake news. And then Business Insider with a bit more right here. They said one viral thread shows how quickly YouTube steers people to, again, single words, wacko conspiracy theories and single word, false information, right? And they're talking about how Chris Hayes, that news anchor, Chris Hayes, posted this thread on Twitter on September 6th talking about the Federal Reserve and how when he types the Federal Reserve into YouTube, on the suggested video section on the side, it takes him to all of these conspiracy videos, such as this documentary here, Century of Enslavement, the History of the Federal Reserve, and all of these crazy, wacko conspiracy theories. Oh my God, how do they have so many views? This first video comes up with 1.6 million views, and oh my gosh, he's going through these rabbit holes of Illuminati, conspiracy theories, etc., etc. And, I mean, that's actually kind of good news because, hey, that means a lot of eyes are getting on the truth, right? Especially the truth about the Federal Reserve. And look at the very first line of this article. I love it. The Federal Reserve is critically important body for the global economy that's also frequently misunderstood. Oh, God. It's so bad. It's so bad. Chris Hayes also says, imagine you're a high school freshman and got a school assignment about the Federal Reserve. Well, you'd be a woke-ass high school freshman if you went down these rabbit holes, let me tell you. But that's a good plug for that documentary. It's a great documentary, actually. Go check it out, Century of Enslavement. And I just wanted to outline the fact that they're really trying to brainwash us, aren't they? Control our minds with this. But hey, a lot of people have woken up with YouTube, huh? It's great. Even though, of course, YouTube's been censoring and trying to steer people away from that stuff. But you can't hide the truth. Truly, you can't hide the light like that. Moving on, quick note, I want to make a shout out to a sponsor of this YouTube channel, Noble Gold. Great family-run business out of Texas, helping you to invest your money in precious metals. And the precious metal market is much safer and gets you a much higher return than the stock market. So if you do want to start investing your money in something that lasts, that will get you a good return, be very safe no matter with what happens to the economy, look into Noble Gold Investments. There'll be a link down below. And then going through the last few articles I want to share with you guys, CBS CEO Les Moonves becomes most powerful media executive to resign with sexual harassment allegations. Fantastic news there. These fake news media and their parent corporations are just getting destroyed. I mean, remember, a lot of people get triggered thinking about the mainstream media. And yes, this mainstream media is crucial. It's pivotal to unravel because they shape public perception every single day. But you also have to understand that there's nothing to fear because so many of these fake news corporations are already unraveling. Like, they're already getting destroyed. If you remember, over the last year and a half, Newsweek they've had servers taken, they've been investigated. How many news organizations from Newsweek to BuzzFeed and CNN and more have had all sorts of staff resigning? Staff are resigning from Facebook. We know that. Now we have this CEO resigning. There's absolutely nothing to fear and nothing to get pissed off about. Get happy. Get happy. Get excited. I get so excited when I see this stuff. I'm not even mad at the fake news anymore. It's just, I laugh. It's entertainment. And you just should have a positive attitude about this because they are completely failing. Just look at the CNN's news numbers. Less than the History Channel. Less than, what was it, like Food Network or HGTV that had better ratings than CNN did. So, poor people, man. I've got to feel bad for them. They probably cry themselves to sleep every night. Anderson Cooper just with his boyfriend there. Oh, God, my ratings. Next article, Bayer beware. Lawyers claim to have explosive Monsanto documents. Now, remember, Monsanto lost a California lawsuit recently where it was proven that their Roundup weed killer gave a guy terminal cancer. They had to pay out nearly $300 million, and this is only a few months after Bayer bought Monsanto. So this is great news, and we seem to have even more news. We have lawyers claiming to have more explosive documents, explosive evidence come out against Monsanto. So much can be said about Monsanto. So much can be said about Bayer. Where do I begin? Monsanto, crimes against humanity committed all the time. You don't want to, especially be a farmer and be under the thumb of Monsanto and dealing with their poisonous crops and their poisonous Roundup. Not only that, but Bayer bought out Monsanto. What's Bayer's history? Do you know where Bayer comes from? I'll just let you research that on your own. So, great news. More than happy to see big ag, big food go bye-bye. And look at this. So in the Denver International Airport, I don't know if I've put this in a video yet, but here it is again if I have. Denver's airport pokes fun at conspiracy theories. Walls are hiding construction, not lizard people. And they actually put up these billboards all around the Denver airport. I'll actually be flying into Denver later on this week. So one of my goals is to get all of these on video and find out where they are. But look, it's basically a massive slap in the face to all of us, right in plain sight. What's happening behind this wall? They've got billboards up about, Den's got some secrets, streamlined security. It's it's truly a slap in the face. I'm going to go get these on camera, try to find out where they're at and see what they say. And then last things I want to share with you guys are these pretty intriguing soft disclosure articles, one in Fox News here, and then one in Forbes that have come out in recent days. And it's talking about alien life, growing potentials for that. Fox News headline, alien life could exist on worlds overflowing with water, new research suggests. And they report how, despite previous research showing that it's unlikely that there's a chance for life to survive for a long time on an alien world covered by water. I love how they're using the word alien. Again, prepping the subconscious of people. But basically they were saying how, life is unlikely to be on alien worlds with water because it just wouldn't thrive for a while. But now they're saying that a new study has been done to show that, wow, life could actually thrive for a long time on exoplanet water worlds, essentially what they're saying. So it's like they're redoing that conditioning in our heads to get us prepped to accept ET life, not ridicule it, not be scared by it, right? And then we have another article by Forbes saying, wow, here's another site for extraterrestrial life, exomoons, moons floating out there, orbiting whatever they're orbiting. They're saying that these elusive exomoons could have ET life, alien life on them. So again, these are very soft. This is just prepping the mainstream to accept these ideas. Now the next stage is for us to become aware of all the deeper components of this. Of course, I talk about the secret space program topic all the time. There's plenty of deep, what we would call conspiracy research out there about the extraterrestrial topic. So there's plenty of rabbit holes to go down with that. It's good to see the mainstream being prepped for it, but of course we want to be very careful because the deep state, the powers that be, they could bring out some false disclosure, some limited hangout disclosure, which they're already trying to do. But they could be prepping the mass mind of the public with these articles to bring forth that limited hangout, you see. So we got to be very discerning, be very observant with them and what narratives they're trying to bring forth. Because, of course, myself, I don't know about you out there, but at least as for me, I'm all about full disclosure. No holds barred, full spectrum woke, everything. We deserve everything, the full truth, nothing but the truth, no matter how it makes us feel inside. We'll deal with those feelings eventually, right? Just give me the truth. Much rather have some uncomfortable truth than some comforting lie given to us. So I go for the full truth. I will always, always report the full truth as I find it through these videos, censored or not, and through other outlets wherever I can as well. So that's it for you guys in this one. Again, I'll be out and about this week, but I'll continue to be checking in, and I'm going to get you guys some really good content. You should be excited. I'll be seeing you soon. Actually, you'll be seeing me soon, but I'm just envisioning you watching these. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, take care, guys. Done.